Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a Dallas Cowboys draft recap, trying to get through every team as the offseason goes on, so a lot of content on the way. If you want to see any draft reviews for the teams to the left of that Cowboys logo there, those videos are already out. And also, if you're interested, if you want to go check out my old Dallas Cowboys 7-round mock draft before the draft, that is obviously out as well to see, how badly I did. I don't remember if I got their picks right. I don't think so. So first of all, let's get into their needs, which was, according to ESPN, tackle, defensive end / edge, receiver, inside linebacker, and defensive tackle. So they got everything except for edge, and I think that's fine. And Sam Williams is an edge. He's an outside linebacker, defensive end. Okay, so they got all their needs, and the big one, first off, was their first round pick, and that was Tyler Smith out of Tulsa. So he's a guy that's going to be interesting to see how his career turns out, as he's technically a tackle and he's played tackle, but a lot of people project him at guard as he hasn't really developed a lot of the more refined aspects of playing tackle. He's more of just a mauler who's an incredible run blocker, super physical, that could just slide into guard and be good already, but I assume they're going to try to develop him and maybe be their long-term tackle with Tyron Smith getting up there. Obviously, they lost Lyle Collins, so he could play guard right away, I think, for the Cowboys and just slide in there, get their best five on the field. And then over time, I think he might make the transition out to guard. So I think it's a good pick. Some people were calling it a reach. I think it was good value at 24. It's so much potential, and again, getting him in that offensive line room with some absolute studs, maybe Hall of Famers. I mean, they've had quite an offensive line over the years, and if he can learn from Tyron Smith, I think that's definitely good extra value, because if he can turn into a similar player, obviously, then that's a great pick at 24. But we'll see on that. Then their second round pick, they got Sam Williams out of Ole Miss. More of a reach for some people. I didn't expect him to go this high, but I understand why they did it. He's got a ton of potential and a ton of athleticism. As they say right here, super high ceiling as a pass rusher, really quick, all of that, and got all the bend, just all the desirables you look for in scouting edge rushers. He has them. He just needs to develop, and getting him in that room again with DeMarcus Lawrence and a lot of other talented guys could be beneficial for him. He's more of a project here in the second round, but he could definitely pan out well. The last Ole Miss pass rusher I can think of off the top of my head was Breeland Speaks, who my Chiefs drafted in 2017, maybe. That sounds about right. He wasn't very good, so we're hoping that Sam Williams will be better. And in the third round, they didn't really trade out at either of their first three picks. They got Jalen Tolbert, who is a solid receiver. He's got a lot of speed. He was a guy from South Alabama who played against, a lower tier of competition, but still Division I. Good players. And I think he's very talented. Not a guy I was a huge fan of going through all my receiver scouting, but there were just so many guys it was hard to really keep up with all of them. So, I think he could be fun for the Cowboys, be a good addition to that room. Obviously, they traded Amari Cooper, so CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup are the guys. Jalen Tolbert can hopefully come in and be their 3, maybe their 4 right away. And I think it's a good pick, good value in the third round. Then in the fourth round, they got Jake Ferguson out of Wisconsin. And he's a good tight end prospect. So a lot of people were pretty big fans of him, higher than ESPN thought he would go. But I think he's going to be solid for them. They have good tight ends with Schultz and Jarwin, but he can be their third. And if one of those guys, I'm assuming one of them is about to hit free agency, maybe both. So good insurance for them in case they want a lot of money and the Cowboys can't afford to pay them. So I'm happy with this pick. Not super, I don't have too much strong an opinion on it. I think it's solid. Then in the fifth round, they got Matt Waletzko from North Dakota. Huge guy with tons of length and a little bit lighter for 6'8". We see like Daniel Falele, who I think was measured at 6'8", like 380, but he's just a mountain. Waletzko, I think is going to be good and has a lot of potential. Needs to, get more technically refined, but again, that length, that size is stuff you really can't teach, so should be a good developmental tackle for them. Then in the fifth round, they got Jerome Bland, cornerback from Fresno State. Not somebody I was too familiar with, but yeah, I just don't have much to say about him. I don't know. They have him ranked at 169 overall. in the 5th round, solid value. Hopefully he pans out well. Then in the 5th round again, as they had 4 picks, they got Damone Clark out of LSU. Now he is a guy who is so talented and honestly could be one of the top linebackers in this class, if not for the big injury. So you can see in that little description, he had spinal fusion surgery on March 24th, and that's going to put him out the whole year. So he's kind of a red-shirted player for this year, in essence. And I mean, he's expected to make a full recovery here, but honestly, I don't think anyone knows too much about the injury. Spinal injuries are scary. I mean, you see Justin Ross, how far he fell because he had some kind of spine back issues. And those are really the killers in football injuries over the years, besides, I mean, pretty much the head and neck, which is right there on the spine. So I'm not sure how well he's going to recover. For his sake, I hope he does. You can see he wore the coveted number 18 at LSU. He's a great leader, all of that, and just so talented. So if he pans out, this is great value for a 5th round pick. Really hoping that he does. And now on to their last 5th round pick, which is John Ridgeway, my guy out of Arkansas. Really fun to watch. I mean, they call him the Vanilla Gorilla, which is, I think, pretty appropriate. And he's not a crazy athlete. He's very good. He's super physical, and he had a really good year at Arkansas last year. I believe he transferred from like Southern Illinois or something like that, somewhere in kind of the northern Midwest area. And I think he'll be good on the Cowboys. He'll be good depth and a good rotational guy. Maybe can develop into a starting role in the future. Then with their last pick, they got Devin Harper out of Oklahoma State. Again, not a guy I'm super familiar with, but they say he's got outstanding top-end speed. And I just can't really grade this one too well. They had him ranked at 326, you can see. So hopefully he's solid as well. But that's going to wrap it up for the Cowboys. I think a solid draft, not anything incredible, as they didn't get any huge steals or I think huge, like, crazy, value. Tyler Smith should be good. Sam Williams is just a project, and hopefully he will pan out. Jalen Tolbert, I think, will be solid. Jake Ferguson, good depth in the room, and then they got a lot of backups. Damone Clark, I think, could realistically be the best player from this draft class. I know it's not expected by any means, but like I wouldn't be surprised super much like if that happened. So that's gonna wrap it up for today. Cowboys fans, let me know what you think. Let me know, especially about Tyler Smith, because I've seen people call him like one of the worst picks in the 1st round. But I think he's good value, and I think that's going to be solid. Again, if you want to check out any of my pre-draft content, my Cowboys mock draft, I really cannot remember who I had them. I think I had them trading back, getting Kenyon Green and Arnold Ebiketie, which obviously would have been great as well. But thank you for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. We got a ton of more off-season content coming your way. And feel free to let me know what your thoughts on this video down below, as well as suggest any videos in general. If you're a Cowboys fan, more videos about your team. If you have anything you want me to talk about, we'd love to hear your input. And again, that's going to wrap it up for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Peace.